The Insured Zone. The Insured Zone with Bet Insured.
Of course, after the international break of World Cup qualifiers, league football back and our attention is on the games at this weekend. Welcome to another interesting episode of the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Ensure, the biggest and the most reliable sport prediction platform you can find anywhere in the world. I am FM Karik and the usual suspect is here with me, Kaka. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you doing yourself?
Great. But of course, a lot of us are disappointed for the World Cup qualifiers because, of course, our country didn't actually make it through. But then this weekend, league football is back. A lot of games to watch out for.
Exactly. I mean, it is what it is. Congratulations in advance to DR Congo. They still have the intercontinental qualifier
Yes, to play.
to play, and yeah, our attention is back to league football, and I mean, we don't have to have any international break until next year March, and I think it's going to be a marathon from now, and I think it's going to be a very very enjoyable time until then.
Of course, it's going to be a very, very enjoyable time. But guys, before we dive straight into it, let's see the result of our predictions from last weekend. Yes, guys, welcome back. It's still the Ensure Zone podcast brought to you by Bet Ensure. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and also put on the notification button to get interesting content from us whenever they drop. And also log on to www.betensure.com. There you can get predictions across all sports. Yes, all sports. Now, guys, straight to the business of the day. And from the English Premier League this weekend, the first game we'll be talking about is the game that we happen at it off more. Bundy will be at home to host Enzo Maresca's boys. Bundy versus Chelsea.
Yes, after the international break, this kind of away fixtures might be tricky for Chelsea. Burnley they are this defensive-minded side, and Chelsea on the other hand, I think since the beginning of the season, I think they've had issues when they face this low block. I think I recall Crystal Palace, and I think a good hour against Wolves as well, and even Sunderland. Yeah, it's been a recurring sequence for them. But at the same time, I think the fact that I don't think you can defend for 90 minutes, and at the end of the day, I think fatigue might eventually set in, and I think players coming back from international from Chelsea too might be tricky. But at the end of the day, I think Chelsea need to solidify their stance in top four, and they have to win this kind of matches, and I think they would win.
Of course, Chelsea expected to win this one, but guys, straight to our prediction of this game between Burnley and Chelsea. Of course, we have predicted over 2.5 at 1.87 odds, and 1-2 the expected scoreline in favor of Chelsea, and over 1.5 at 1.22 odds for the expert prediction. On to the next, and at Anfield, yes, Sean Dyche will be going there with his Nottingham Forest side that has actually been struggling after a wonderful season that they had the previous season.
Yeah, and I mean, since the appointment of Sean Dyche, I think they've tuned it up a bit. Sean Dyche is always Sean Dyche. You know how he plays his football.
How he set his
team to be defensive-minded and organized. And Liverpool might be in a struggling phase at this moment. But I think coming to Anfield, I think the last game they played at Anfield against Aston Villa, despite the fact that Aston Villa was in a very good form. And I mean, convincingly they won that match. And I think they might find it a little bit difficult to break down. And I don't see a lot of goals in this one, but I still expect Liverpool to win this one.
Of course, Liverpool expected to win this one. Guys, straight to the prediction of this game. Yes, Liverpool versus Nottingham Forest.
Yes, Liverpool are expected to win this one, and it is a straight win for Liverpool at home. And the expected scoreline for this one is 2-0 in favor of Liverpool. And the expert's prediction for this one is home win either halves at 1.22 odds.
Of course, to another game, and that we feel will be very, very tricky and interesting. Yes, at the St. James's Park, Newcastle will be at home against Pep Guardiola's
Yeah.
Manchester City.
Yeah, you know, one of the grounds I dread so much in the Premier League, if my team is visiting, is the St. James's Park, and I think they've made it a place of fortress
Of course,
over the past couple of months. And you look at Manchester City on the other hand, I think they found form in the right time,
of course.
and Ellen Haaland, at this point in time, you just expect him. Every matches they play, you expect him to get a goal
What a
or two.
player.
What a player! He had a fantastic international break as well, and I hope he does bring back the same form back to Manchester City. I expect a lot of goals in this one, and but I still think Manchester City will have too much for Newcastle. Newcastle at this point, I think they've been good. They've been solid at home. I think
course.
their abysmal form has been away from home. But at the same time, Manchester City, I think they're in a very good run of form at this point, and I think I see them taking out the 3 points.
Of course, Manchester City are in a very good form and expected to take it all according to Kaka. But guys, straight to our prediction of this game between Newcastle and Manchester City. Yes, of course, we have predicted over 2.5 at 1.75 odds. And of course, 2-3, the expected score line. Second half over 0.5 at 1.20 odds for the expert prediction. And to the big game of the weekend happening in London, yes, Arsenal at the Emirates hosting Tottenham Hotspurs. Spurs so decent this season. They haven't been that bad, but Arsenal the league leader.
Yes, they are the league leaders, and deservedly so. I think this is a debut, but I think it's been a while. I think you go into this kind of derby matches and you probably expect a team to win because at this point, I think Arsenal, I think like you said, Tottenham have been decent, but I think Arsenal they have been
the strongest.
I think they've been almost perfect, especially at the back, and they are very stingy. They don't give away chances, not to even talk of goals. And Tottenham, on the other hand, Tottenham is Tottenham at the end of the day. I mean, these kind of matches are tricky. And by the Emirates Stadium, with this Arsenal's form, and their togetherness at the back. My only concern now is probably the injury to Gabriel in the international break. Don't know how serious it might be, but I think they have very good covers.
Of course,
they have Mascara and they have Nkappi as well. I mean, Arsenal serious about winning the league. They have to win. They have to find a way to win this match because I think they're in the best form of their life.
Of course, Arsenal in the best form of their lives. Guys, let's go to our prediction of this game between Arsenal and Tottenham.
Yes, we have predicted Arsenal to win this one outrightly, and we predicted home win, and the expected scoreline in this one is 2-0, 2-0 in favor of Arsenal. And the expert prediction for this one is over 1.5 at 1.20 odds.
Of course, guys, straight to Manchester. Yes, Manchester United. Well, can we say rejuvenated? But then, the improved Manchester United side will be at home against Everton. The Manchester United coach really need to make a statement with this game to keep the team really, really going forward.
Yes, I think kudos to him. I think at the start of the season there were a lot of backlash due to his formation and his philosophy. But I think at this point in time, I think we can see exactly what he was trying to achieve with that. And over the past, I think he won Manager of the Month for last month, and Mboma won the Player of the Month. And that's to show you that I think there's something how we improved it, but there's something that's changed here. And I think coming into this one against Everton, every time Manchester United played Old Trafford, I don't care who they come to face, I've always given them a chance. And I think since the beginning of season, I think most of their problem, I think, has been taking their chances. And I think they have improved in that front. Coming into this one, yes, Everton, again, a decent side. They've not been that terrible for a team like Everton. David Moyes has been doing, I think he's going back to his his old
Also,
ah,
like he was
yeah.
made
Yeah,
for
exactly. He
Everton.
was made for Everton. And don't forget, he's been a former Manchester United manager
Manager
as well.
as well.
So, yeah, coming into this one, I expect the last game I was disappointed for Manchester United not to have won that Tottenham game. The injury to Benjamin Sesko. But coming into this one, Manchester United at home, I don't see anything else than Manchester United win.
Course, guys, Kaka isn't seeing anything other than a Manchester United win. Now, straight to our prediction of this game between Manchester United and Everton. We have predicted a win or draw for Manchester United. Manchester United to either win this or draw this at 1.22 odds and 2-0. We predicted scoreline and over 1.5 at 1.23 odds for the expert prediction. And guys, straight to the top picks. Yes, the remaining picks and the bonus picks from the Italian Serie A and the Spanish La Liga. More games to bank on this weekend, of course, guys. Let's see them. And of course, you know, the Ensure Zone podcast is never done without giving you the weekend banker, 20 odd weekend banker, specially curated by our experts right here at Bet Ensured on 1xBet. Let's see. And of course, guys, you stand the chance of winning $200. Yes, $200 from us right here at Bet Ensured. How will you do that? Just log on to www.betensured.com. There you will see the Lucky 12 free predictor where you stand the chance of winning $200. Like I said, if you can get 12 predictions correctly, if you can get 8, 9, 10, 11 predictions correctly, we have compensations for you. So don't waste time, don't filter, just go straight to www.betenshow.com now and thank you later. And of course, a big thank you to Kaka.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, guys, remember right here on the Ensure Zone podcast, we don't just predict the future, we ensure it. Bye for now.